Rows and rows of vines, sleeping soundly, gathering strength so that come spring, they can begin again to produce fruit that will be harvested for...
We're going to do a little bit of everything. That's what's fun about this. At the moment, we're distilling some Pinot Gris from our own property, organic grapes. So we're going to make a little bit of fruit brandy with it, but we're also going to make some gin.
You heard right. Divine Vineyard is now playing with the big boys, and soon you'll be able to experience gin, brandy, even whiskey in the tasting room.
Oh, the whiskey, I'm very excited about that. So we found not only local Saanich barley, but we also malt it locally. So it's a true farm distillery experience, much as you'd find in Scotland. And we have some beautiful used bourbon barrels that we're going to put the whiskey in and let it age for a year to 3 years, 5 years, and see what we get.
So why is this Saanich Peninsula winery now dabbling in spirits? Well, it all began with the discovery of this beauty, who had been sleeping soundly herself.
We found this beauty literally in the back of a barn, like the proverbial Corvette in the hay barn, and spent a year putting it back together, and she works like a charm now.
And her name happens to suit her.
We've christened her Brunhilde, after the proverbial fat lady in the German opera.
This fat lady may never have been able to perform again if it weren't for the changes in BC's liquor laws, which now allow for craft distilling. And thank goodness she got a second chance, because this old girl knows a thing or two about creating spirits.
She's been around. She's made brandy in Germany, and she's made apple brandy in Nova Scotia. She's made fruit brandy in Okanagan, and now she's found a home here.
And if Brunhilde wants to keep her new home at Divine Wine, she and her leading man, Ken Winchester, will have to make sure they do things right.
Basically, the province last year has recognized craft distilling as opposed to commercial industrial distilling. So what we have to do is we use 100% BC ingredients. We ferment and distill on our own property, and we use a pot still, a single pass still, as opposed to a big commercial kind of still. So very small quantities, all by hand, all handcrafted, and that's really what makes it special.
Whoa! That's good stuff. And Ken Winchester is the perfect guy to cast in this spirited production. He did his apprenticeship at one of the most prestigious distilleries in Scotland, and 7 years ago founded Victoria Gin, and has a heart and nose for making spirits.
It's not just chemistry. There's a lot of what we call sensory evaluation. There's a lot of art, basically, and that's what really makes it fun, because no run is the same. Every batch is different. Every barrel is different. So it's your nose and your senses that really make the product at the end of the day.
The new line of Divine Spirits will be available for tastings at the winery by late spring. And down the road, they hope to host a whiskey school where you can come and play a part in creating local craft spirits. And with Ken experimenting with different local ingredients, who knows what else him and Brunhilde will create. As they say, it's never over till the fat lady sings. From Central Saanich, I'm Karen Elgersma.